Hello, my name is Jackie. I'm a stay-at-home mom of a 3-year-old little boy, and this is going to be video 2 of how I taught him how to read and what exactly we did step by step to get him reading at 3 years old. And because every child learns differently, I figured I would put this video out there to see if it helps your child learn how to read as well. Now, before you get into this step, you do want to review and go back to video number 1 and make sure your child knows everything in that video before you move on to this step. If you haven't watched the video, I will link it down below or up here somewhere. I'll figure that out and link that for you. Now, just to recap on the first video, we went over when to figure out when you have your child's attention throughout the day. When are they most attentive? Children can learn anywhere. You want to make sure they know their ABCs, not just the song, but know their ABCs out of order. Make sure they know the lowercase letters when they see them by themselves and the letter sounds. So now we're going to move on to vowels, letter combining, and sight words, and how I introduced that to Leo. So once I knew he knew his letters or the back of his hand and can point them out and tell me the sounds and everything. Then we focus only on the vowels, and this they'll probably get really quickly since they already know the letters. So A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Mix them up. I would ask him sometimes in the morning, what are your vowels? Or I would have just 2 different letters and ask him, let me use this one, and I would ask him which one's the vowel and just make sure he really knew it. So like I said, they may get that really quick. And if you use the index cards that I have, they also have some of the vowels and lowercase, which you want to also mix them up with this. So once he learned that, I said, now we're going to learn how to read. And I get animated as possible. Now, just a side note, I'm not sure, but I may also have videos on as if I'm going to be teaching your child. If you're thinking, well, I'm not that animated and I'm just thrown into this right now and, I just need as much help as possible, I may do that as well. So let me know if you would be interested in that. But I'm just going to show you an example. I would say, what letter is this? And he would say A. I'd be like, good job. You just read your first word. And he'll I think he was just like, yay, but he didn't know why he was cheering. And then I would say, and what? I thought I had this one separate. I guess I don't, but I was like, and what letter is this one? And he would say, I. And I'm like, you just read 2 words. You want me to show you a book so you can read it? And he'll be like, yeah. So he loves Mickey Mouse. So it could be any book. And I would say, what does that say? He'll say, I. And then I would say, love you this much. You just read your first word. And I would do the same thing if it had, I didn't look before, but if there was something that said A, that just had the A in it, I would read it and then have him say A. So that's how I first started. And then I would have a book and he would point to just the I and just the A. So 2 words, now you know how to read it. So start that way with your child and I promise you they'll get really excited. It was fun. So then we moved on to another letter and your child should already know that this is T and a sound. And I would ask him, what sound does T make? And he would say T, T. So I was like, okay, so now watch this. You have an A and a T. Can you try sounding that out? And he would say at. Now put it together like you're singing a song. At. You just read a word. You read another word. And I would get that excited and he would get excited. So then we would just start with words, just AT words. So I have flashcards. These are what they look like. I got the sight words 1 and 2, and I believe I got these at Target in the little dollar section, just like the letter flashcards as well. So I would do the same thing. So he would he knows how to read that. And I'm like, what letter does C make? And I would just cover it just so he can focus on what I'm teaching him. He would say k, k. And I'm like, then A, and then T, t. Cat. Cat. You just read another word. And I would stick to just the at word. So let's just say, let me show you an example here. So he knows how to read at. This is his new word, cat. And I would still show him A and I. So right now, these are 4 words, okay? Now that I'm sticking with the AT, the at words, if your flashcard deck doesn't have all of them, like cat, fat, mat, just write them out on index cards, okay? And what I always did was I would write the vowel in a different color. And then I would also have him point out which letter is the vowel, and then also with just the regular flashcards that they're not in a different color. So that's also going back to reviewing the vowels. So again, once they learn a new word, go back to the other ones, just like you did with the alphabet, and keep adding. And then once I saw that this was like really easy for him, I just added just a random sight word. And I believe, if I can remember correctly, I started with the. So I would show him this every morning. It would be the. And then just stick with the words he already knows. Once he got that, I went to and. And I would just randomly put in just a sight word that they're going to need to know. Okay, and then I would go back to a book and have him read it. Pete, he would say the, he can read cat. He would read A, I would say day, he would read at, he would read the, and I would read farm. So just go back to that, and then anytime I would read him a book, if I knew a word, the, cat, the, that we reviewed that he should know, I would have him read those words. And then I want to show you this that I purchased on Amazon that he really, really liked. And we're still using them. They are little wooden blocks. This is the box that it comes with. I'll also link it down below. So this is what it looks like. Okay, and you can see it says hat. These are all the AT words. The vowel is in a different color. And then sat, bat, rat. Okay, so he loved playing with this, and sometimes he would randomly just change this one and he would read ham on his own, or sometimes he'll be like, Mommy, what does that say? And I would say, well, let's sound it out. And he loved this. And then they have each of the vowels, A, E, I, O, U, in the different colors and just the simple words. Then the first type of book that I would start off with are the Bob books. We went to Bob and then we went to Pete the Cat. I think the Bob books are a little bit, little more beginner friendly. So this is an example. Matt. And then Matt sat. Sam. Sam sat. Matt sat. Sam sat. So they're just really, really simple. And then you can just move on to the other books. Now, if you've seen my other videos on basically what we do, our routine, we learn the letter of the week, and also I would focus on a letter sound of the week. And sometimes if it took him longer to learn, like I know the PH sound is probably going to take him longer. We haven't gone over that one yet. But if it takes him longer, it's okay. This isn't anything rushing. You want to go with your child's pace. So he would say, usually your child will say, but this is why you're teaching them letter combining, because it's ch, ch. And then you can show them examples. Chair, cheese, chick, chew. And he'll say ch, ch, chalk, ch, ch, cheese, ch, ch, chick, ch, ch, chew. And that's how I would go over that with him and stress whatever letter sound that we're going over for the week. These are also the same type of cards from Target, and I kind of paper clipped them, and I'm a laminator. I laminate just about everything. And the only reason why the flashcards aren't laminated is because I ran out. So the last thing I want to show you is just like the words ending in AT. Whenever you're going to, let's just say, okay, he's got that. It's time to move on. He or she has got that, it's time to move on. Then I would go, let's just say, all. And then just introduce a new word, go back to these. But I would stick to making sure they all ended with all. So all, call, ball, tall, small, mall, things like that. So I believe that is everything. Hopefully that is helpful and I explained it correctly. I may also show another video of him actually with the flashcards and me going over them with him and his sight words as well. It'll probably be at the end of this video, or I'll just do a completely separate video. So hopefully this was helpful. Repetition is key. Remember to always repeat. Do games, puzzles, books, toys, apps, as many things as you can. Just repetition, and your child, I know, will just grasp it quickly. You'll be surprised because their brains are like sponges at this age. And again, I did all of this for Leo because he showed interest in it. And I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, just ask them down below. I'll look at those comments and like this video, and just let me know what you guys would like to see next. So again, my name is Jackie. Thanks for watching. If no one's told you, mom or dad, whoever's teaching your child, whether it's a teacher or you, we're all in this together. We're learning as we go, and you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Again, thanks for watching.